Hi, good evening. Elle Ingalls here at elleingalls.com, and we're going to do some before and after. So before pressure-free and after pressure-free. When I created this method in 2010, the pressure-free method, which is an on-the-go stress management method, I didn't think I needed it. I already thought I was a pretty calm professional, but there were a lot of signs that I did need this. And so I started coaching it, and then all of a sudden I dove deeply into it myself and totally started using it myself. Hi, Janine. So nice to see you. So we're going to do before and afters, and these before and afters are some things that my clients have shared, have been transformations for them. I've just been coaching a few people this week that's just blowing my mind what's starting to happen for them, and I want that for you too. So before afters, and I've got a little chart here, so we're going to be going through it. So before, fat stores. There's a couple of places where fat stores when you trigger too much adrenaline in your body. And you may not notice it when you're a young person, but as we start to age, that fat builds up. And the first is right in this area here of your torso. So if you've got some fat going on in here, and thank you for all the love tonight, if you've got some fat going on in here, that's a sure sign that you are releasing too many stress hormones. And the other place is back here between your shoulder blades. There is a little fatty place back there too. So that's another place. The second flood of hormones, the glucocorticoids, builds fat here. And so if you've got fat in your abdominal region, then chances are you probably have it building in your arteries as well. And if you've got it back in here between your shoulder blades, that's going to get bigger and bigger and become like the dowager's hump is what they call it. It's also called Cushing's disease. So fat stores, before, after, less fat. I couldn't believe it. It happened to me. Like, I just watched it disappear from, especially right in here, right at the top of my ribs is where I really noticed it. So the next before that we have is eczema and acne. Your skin is your largest organ. If you feel like your skin is aging too fast, if you feel like if you have eczema, I had it all over my hands. If you have stress acne, any sort of skin condition, psoriasis, that is your body telling you that the nutrients of your food aren't even getting out to your skin cells. And that's because your nutrients are blocked from going to your skin when you're triggering these stress hormones. And pressure-free helps you do that. So suddenly your skin improves. And my hands used to be covered in eczema. I would never wear a ring. I couldn't wear a ring. They'd be so kind of bloated and cracked and bleeding and terrible. And now I can wear jewelry and my face doesn't have stress acne anymore. It's such a blessing. So if you have those conditions before eczema and acne, after healthy skin. Next before is insomnia. A lot of my clients say they have trouble sleeping. A lot of people have trouble sleeping, and you'll read tons of articles about getting this many hours and everything. It doesn't really matter how many hours if you're not getting into a delta wave sleep. Pressure-free, the pressure-free method helps you achieve that, because if you're in a high beta state all day, you're never going to be able to get into that delta wave. And so I just love to hear from clients who say, finally, I'm getting a real night's sleep. Finally, I'm actually, waking up in the morning energized because you're getting that deep delta wave sleep. You're going into REM sleep. So the before is insomnia, and the after is a deep restorative sleep. I like to say that with pressure-free, at night, you finally get to rejuvenate the way we're supposed to. But if you've triggered those stress hormones, they're lasting so long in your cells that you can't do that. Your organs suffer, your every bit of your body suffers, your very DNA suffers. So that's a great before and after. The next one is poor memory. So do you ever, are you in a social situation and you meet someone and 5 seconds later you can't remember their name? Do you have test anxiety? So many of my student clients have test anxiety, even my adult clients, if they have to take their driver's test. So test anxiety, problems with short-term memory, problems with anything to do with your brain, migraines, headaches, those are all derivatives of releasing too much of these stress hormones. The moment you go into fight or flight, you shut off your hippocampus. You can't think and remember, and you can't make good decisions, and you can't you don't have willpower. So poor memory, Improved memory is the after. Okay, next one, colds and flu. We're getting into that season. A lot of people are not feeling so well lately, and there are a lot of factors for it, but the biggest one is that the second flood of the fight or flight stress hormones actually drops your immune system up to 40%. So if you have trouble staying well, this is a huge, amazing benefit of the pressure-free method. And I knock on wood because I used to get sick frequently. I'm out in the public a lot. I'm with people a lot. I travel a ton. And in the last few years, in the last 7 years, I've had one small cold, I think it is. First couple of years of pressure-free, I had 3 small colds. But I used to have like 5 in a year. So I made incredible progress by allowing my immune system to finally work for me. So that one was colds and flu, and the after is improve, or rarely if ever ill. The next one I want to talk about is blood sugar issues. So metabolic syndrome, diabetes 2, any sort of blood sugar issues. The fight or flight stress hormones release 2 different floods of glucose into your bloodstream. So each time that happens, your pancreas has to work. So what happens when you no longer release these floods of hormones? It's amazing. Your blood sugar numbers can finally start to turn around for you. And that to me is so important. My father had diabetes, and it's a disease that I really don't want to get. There's a lot of it in my family, and I just feel so blessed that I truly feel now that I have the antidote to that. By not releasing stress hormones, my body can stay healthy that way. Next one. Let's see. That was blood sugar issues and ideal blood sugar. The next one is more emotional. So bitchy and complaining. Who out there is going to admit that they're sometimes bitchy and complaining? So I didn't think I really was, but I really was. When I was honest with myself and I got some feedback from some people, I realized like, oh crap, I really am. And I have uncontrollable rage about certain things because I have a lot of ideas about how the world should be. So maybe you have some of this too. And through pressure-free, by using the pressure-free method and by gaining emotional resilience and control over my behavior, so much changed for me and for my clients as well. It's incredible, especially if you live with other humans in a family, to truly be in a state of grace with them, in a state of kindness. And so, hold on, I got a little battery coming up. I guess I better finish up. So bitching and complaining became happy and kind. A lot of my clients, when we do the first session, like, I just want to feel happier, or fulfilled is another word. Okay, last one, anxious and afraid. So anyone out there dealing with a little anxiety, a little fear about certain things? So anxious and afraid, when you start to use the pressure-free method, you get to move into feelings of calm, confidence. You feel composed in situations where before you felt unfocused. You're finally in control of your emotional responses to things, and that changes everything. So this is just a little before pressure-free and after pressure-free. And if any of that struck you as interesting, please go to speakwithelle.com and let's have a conversation. I will be launching a very special new product for 2020 and probably doing a flash sale on some of my courses too, and that's all going to be coming up. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned before pressure-free, after pressure-free. So important. I never would have dreamed that my life would have changed so much. And thank goodness it did. I feel like I am 20 years younger. I feel like I know my skin is 20 years younger than what it would be if I wasn't pressure-free. And the way my mind can work, the way we work as a family. Our family is all over the place all the time in a calm and composed way. And it's just really amazing to experience that on a daily basis and to watch my clients experience that too and watch their growth over the years. So pressure-free is a process. It's a way of living. And so when you watch people and I reconnect with my clients, see, how are you doing? Some need refreshers.